This is why you need to lock your doors tonight. This is why the darkness beckons. Welcome, brave souls, to the Nightmare Roadshow. Join us as we peel back the veil between reality and the abyss. Each episode, we explore chilling tales and haunted places that make your very spine tingle. Will you dare to listen, or will you turn away, leaving the shadows unexplored? Whisper, the choice is yours.
Oh, damn it. Hey,
Wouldn't be the start of the show if you weren't cracking up.
I even did like a stupid lame like, hey everybody, kids, look at another episode of Nightmare Road. I of course am one of your golly, hosts. I am Deacon here with a very, very mysterious
SOS, and here with the CIA spy.
Dirty Birdie, and we are here with the dark, mysterious
Messy Jessie.
And I'm so excited to introduce
the Oracle, man.
Hello. The Oracle, Ash the Oracle.
Oracle.
I was like,
Yes.
I almost forgot it too. I'm sorry. It's fine.
Anyways, guys, now that we're all settled in and we've all had a couple of drinks here, apparently, happy hour started at noon. We're gonna do the tarot part 2. So if you guys didn't watch last week's show, don't watch this. Go back. Actually, you know what? Don't watch this show at all. We don't want you here. Get your stuff and leave.
Oh my goodness!
All 5 of you. And
all 5.
Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna do tarot part 2. So we're just gonna be a little bit more in depth, just with this awesome topic. It's actually, I think last week I realized that this is probably one of my new favorite topics, one of my new favorite hobbies. So anyways, so go ahead, everybody. I'll just sit here and drink.
So we talked a lot about the history last time, but we have some examples of where, at least a few examples of where maybe people have used them to try to, help law enforcement or guide law enforcement? I'm not quite sure. What do you have a case, Messy Jessie? So,
I mean, when I was doing a lot of my research, and I myself, I use tarot cards more as a guidance. It's a form of divination that involves the use of a deck and tarot. We all know that. So I have had a couple cases where, for instance, we can name like the famous Dior Coons case, right? He would be 10 or 11 years old this year if he was still here.
Okay.
It is.
Oh.
And there was this lady.
Why don't you give the background a little bit on that, just in case people don't know?
Yeah, so Dior Coons was 2.5 years old. He went missing on July 10th, 2015 in a town, or actually, it's not really a town. It's a ghost town, Ledore, Idaho. He disappeared into nowhere. They don't know what happened. The family was on a camping trip. It was his mom, Jessica, his dad, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, his grandfather, Dior's grandfather, and a friend of the grandfather. And so, yeah, they just don't know what happened to him. According to their story, the parents went out on a walk or something like that, left the little boy with the grandpa, and he was gone. They don't know where he disappeared to. They looked all over, cadaver dogs everywhere. It's just been a lot of conspiracies about what happened. Some people put blame on the parents. Some people put blame on the father or the grandfather, or even on the friend.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting case, but it's also really sad as well.
Yeah, I blame the grandpa. I mean, I just blame the elderly for a lot of things, and I think that. No, I'm saying you start off the show with something so dark, and my dumbass is over here like saying like this fucking shirt is too damn tight. It's pissing me off. It's so, and then I felt ridiculous because I'm like, this something really sad is being talked about, and you're over here complaining about a damn shirt. So, anyways, ignore I said anything for all of you guys. If you guys have been watching this and you guys saw me complain about this stupid shirt that's hurting my back, then forget it. I'm not even here. Go ahead, continue.
So,
I'm a little drunk.
Oh my God.
so actually, the Dior Coons case, in the Missing 411 movie that David Pilates, based on his books, that was one of the cases. Was in that movie, was the Dior Coons missing. It was basically covered, I think, like 5 children that have gone missing in different areas, but Coons was one of them.
I do know, like, when I researched a little bit on this, there's been a lot of mini psychic readers and as well as tarot readers that kind of go hand in hand, that try to come up with whatever energy or spirits are coming, forth to say what happened. For instance, the one said that they used, and this was in a recent news article, and she was talking about words like sickness, a male energy, and a burden. Those were words that were coming up through the cards. Again, these thoughts are no opinion based on the reader either. I'm not saying that she's wrong or anybody's wrong or right. Not implicating anything, but I also watched a lady named Donna Sifrina, and she's actually a minister who is psychic. I watched that whole thing for an hour, and she thinks that there was a bear involved that took Dior.
A bear?
Like an animal. Yes.
Bear?
A bear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
So,
my brain just kind of went somewhere else, and it was a camping trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
okay.
they were way out there.
Oh.
I mean, they were like, if you've been to Little, I mean, they were like 5 to 7 miles away from the highway. They were out there.
Yeah, when I was thinking bear, I was thinking like a bear walked into the house with like a mask and a gun. It was like, hey kid, get in the van.
Get the van.
Get in the
Yeah.
van.
Halloween decorations. Oh,
Yeah.
that's me.
So then,
I think Search and Rescue kind of ruled that out, saying that there would have been some sign, something. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
There would have been like clothing or something.
Well,
like the bear's not going to eat all of his clothes and shoes and whatnot.
Well,
the other thing I was thinking of was a cat, because they're so fast and so silent, and they grab you right here.
yeah.
And that's it. You're done.
Well.
They just haul ass. And with that, he wasn't even 40 pounds. That little boy.
Mhm. No.
Whenever I hear somebody
Again.
talk about like mountain lions and they're like, oh, cat, I always go into that mode in my brain where I'm like, maybe you, bro. Maybe you be done, bro. You know what I do if a mountain lion comes, bro? If he comes, I would sidestep like this, bro. I would sidestep, catch him by the throat, bro. Break his neck.
I just think Bubbles, that's a fun kid.
Go into douchebag mode. You see my alligator on my shirt, bro? Anyway. All right, continue.
Oh, my.
So was this a tarot card reader or just a psychic? This was just.
Well, she was a psychic that came. She was talking about how she believes there was an animal. She gets a vision of a bear, like a bear came and took Dior. Now, interesting enough, when I was doing some of my research on it, they did find a bear track that was close to the camp.
A bear.
Huh.
It's plausible.
A track.
Oh, a trap. Okay, I thought you said a trap.
Yes.
I'm like it was like a
So-
ankle monitor.
So it's plausible
Yeah, it was on,
that
it was on house arrest.
so it is plausible that a bear could have snagged him.
It could have been,
Right.
yes.
I don't know.
I could have sworn that Birdie was gonna go Bigfoot. Like, obviously, it's a Bigfoot. Like, jeez,
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Sam Squinch.
Yeah, Bigfoot kidnap kids all the time and force them to work their fields. You know what's funny is that we talk like when somebody's like, and we brought tarot readers to look at the case and all kinds of stuff. We always laugh, but well, not always. I don't laugh. I look at it like this, like, tell me more. Like Art Bell, tell me more.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It depends how
Such
tired.
a liar.
Dude, I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
Oh my God.
No, but you also gotta think that, like, in some places in the world now, tarot readers are part of the not just the military, but also like part of the police force. You know, they have like their
Yeah.
own, like in places like Russia, they don't have like tarot readers, but they have mediums, and then that they would go in with the, just to kind of like go off of the feeling, like, and they would run drills too. Like, so one of the drills that they would run was they would have rooms that you would walk in, just like kick the door in, and every one door out of so many, you kick the door in, and it was actually hooked to a pepper spray can. So you kick it into like for crowd control. Kick in the door, you get hit in the face, And then what they wanted was these psychics to let them know, don't kick in this door, kick in this door, And when you look at the tests, a lot of them was like, this guy was right, and a lot of it was just like, well, it wasn't just him, but it was also the people. They had the gut feeling, because again, with things like gut feelings, like I trust your gut, guys. With gut feelings, I mean, it's something that we learn in society to suppress, and it's like, oh, I'm not feeling, this isn't right. Oh, don't be ridiculous, Barb, get in the car, Who cares if it's Friday the 13th and we have a broken mirror and a black cat just across the road? And
Oh my God.
and then you get rid of, I don't know what that voice was. I was just telling SOS before the show that I've been listening to a lot of Jordan Peterson, on audiobook. And Jordan Peterson?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of Jordan Peterson, and I'm also trying the 75 hard challenge still. And a lot of the times I'm just like, should I order a pizza? And then like my Jordan Peterson's like, there's a fine line between order and chaos. Do not order the pizza. And there you go, And then I'm like, no, just stay on track. Just do your workout. Tell yourself, no. Good luck with that. Anyways, so the point that I'm trying to make here, why are you guys laughing? I'm trying to be serious here. So the point I'm trying to make is that we each have like a little bit of those type of abilities, but society teaches us to squash them down. So when you look at somebody that's like a medium or somebody that reads a tarot and all that kind of stuff, it's like, let's not ridicule this person. This person just didn't allow society to stomp out that little, candle light inside of this person, And then we make fun of them like, aha, you're just like all of us. You idiot.
You're weird.
Look at the idiot. Look at yeah, exactly. What a weirdo. Let's all laugh at him because he's different. Let's not all laugh at ourselves because we're all the same. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Are you really?
I think so.
Pretty much.
Anyways, continue. Sorry.
So, no, it's just interesting that you talked about intuition and how that plays into everything. Now, when in a tarot reading, the reader, we use our intuition as well as our abilities with, contact with spirits and everything. We interpret the cards being drawn, going on the obvious perceived deeper insight, basically. We use those cards to guide us and then to kind of help whoever we're reading to understand more, because with the cards to guide us, it's more of a visual, because humans are a visual type of people. We like to see things. I mean, I can tell Decon all day long that shirt does not look good on him, but he needs to see that.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. That was what I was saying on the last episode, is that tarot deck tarot readings are kind of like a comic book of sorts. So here's a picture, here's the story, here's how it unfolds, step by step by step.
Interesting enough.
I don't like your mouth words at all.
No.
I was already self-conscious enough. I'm like, I look stupid. I look douche.
You were pointing it out earlier, and I just wanted to give you that visual.
Yeah, what was the visual? Was it me crying? Is that what it was?
I just want you to use your intuition. If you feel this shirt's not good.
Yeah, I had a gut feeling that I should just like bury my face in my pillow and not bother.
A pillow of your face.
Yeah, a pillow of my face on my face. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was going with this last week, Jess, was that I think that people probably who are reading the cards are more medium than not. If they're actually, I think if you're really gifted with the cards, you're probably drawing on your mediumship more than the cards. It's the mediumship. It's what, like,
Right.
Because it's a tool, right?
the knowledge you're getting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a form of my backup for what I'm seeing in my mind. It's also kind of solidifies what I'm seeing, and also solidifies what the, who I'm reading wants to know what's going on. Am I 100% right? No, nothing's right.
No,
And
like your opinion on my shirt.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to say, okay, well, this is what this cards say. This is what the, little paragraph, and I know I'm probably going to get some flack about this, but I do not study my cards. I have a connection with them, but I don't, so God bless those who know what a major and minor arcana and what they mean, So,
Ash, do you do tarot cards?
I tried years ago, but I just could not. I don't know. I just had a hard time reading the cards. And I read the book and all of that stuff. And I made the mistake of going out and buying my own tarot cards too. That's how inexperienced I was, because you're not supposed to buy your own tarot cards.
Maybe you bro.
So me and Matt actually ended up switching cards and giving each other our cards, but I just could never get into it. But I seriously envy people that can. So Jess, seriously, that's amazing.
So I wanted to let you know that I have had cards handed down to me from generations.
Ooh.
Oh, I've also have my own tarot cards that was actually handed to me by a gypsy. So those are pretty precious to me.
Oh, yeah.
I have bought my own cards. I do not believe in that. I believe that there are reasons that you grab something has asked you to buy that. Does that make sense? I'm very skeptical and stuff like that. There is no wrong or right way of doing tarot.
Yeah, you bunch of Nazis. How dare you? Right.
I mean, that's just my belief. Other people are probably going to disagree, but it just depends on, there's a lot of new age things coming up that, that's wrong or that's wrong. You practice how you want to practice, as long as you are respecting the laws of karma.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's interesting that you say that, because if you study the history of tarot, and you look at all these things, you kind of see generationally how they read the cards and how things. I mean, there was, and then so many people wrote books on instructions on how to utilize them, and you can compare them, and it's not like there's little things here and there. It's actually the difference is massive. There was even to the point of how you shuffle the cards, who should shuffle the cards. Should we do the 3-card draw? Should we do who draws the card? Is it me or is it the person? You never pull from the top. You only pull from the middle. You only pull from the bottom. It's just so many different things. And
oh my god.
Yeah, in the end, we only use Celtic Cross. We only use, it's just dumb stuff like that. And it's who the hell are you? We need Jordan Peterson to come out. No, leave those tarot peoples alone. But in reality, it's why do you care? Because
it's how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a lot of people out there that will openly attack other people. People have channels out there where they do tarot readings, and then somebody's I've been doing tarot for 15. Yeah, I don't know why he's a gentleman from the South. I've been doing tarot for 15 years. My great grandpappy Jedediah Cornwall said, and then they get so offended and they start ridiculing the person doing the reading. My great grandpappy Leviticus. So. It's just so insane, because then that person, and it's just so toxic. In the end, it's who would want to get a reading from somebody that's this aggressive? Obviously you have a lot of internal stuff you need to work out. Who the hell are you to tell me what I need to do? Remember, guys, don't ever take criticism or advice to heart from someone that's worse off than you in life. So
that's a good advice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But and it's just so insane. That's how we have so much confusion out there, and a lot of people, they don't know who's doing it right, who's doing it, and in the end, trust your gut. Just do it however the hell you. like the whole.
Just do it your own way.
Yeah.
It's Burger King. Do it your own way.
Is it?
I was thinking of Fleetwood Mac going your own way, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know anymore. I think I'm gonna. But no. But in all, can we stop, please? All of you. But in all seriousness, yeah. All right. You know what? You wanna? Hey.
Is that shirt get
damn
too tight?
thing.
Hey.
I just want you to know that.
What?
I'm not doing a damn thing.
Okay. Hey. Messy Jesse, can you
Yes.
read some cards and ask the question to the universe? Why am I here? Like, what the hell am I doing? Am I just
Just
Face-
so you know, I brought
Oh,
them
boy.
with
am
me
I just
today.
wasting my
Oh,
time
boy.
with this show? It seems like
Well, let's let's see what the cards say.
it seems
shall
to
we?
me like I come on the show every week and everybody just takes out their frustration and all of their anger out on me, and then I just become not just a source of ridicule but a source of contempt, and it's just like really hurts my feelings, and I question.
You can admit it to yourself.
I'm projecting. I like to. You know what I like to do? I like to project.
What does that say?
Wine.
Take time. Take time to breathe. Well, I can't read it. You're like holding it really up close.
Oh, take time to breathe out.
That's what that's
So
what.
please.
When you're breathing out, you can't talk.
Exactly.
That was so good.
Why am I here? So
Also, if you hold your breath, you can't talk.
You're fine.
Okay, so
Take another drink. You'll be all right.
I drank it all. Is that what you want to hear? I drank it all. This bottle was half full when I started. Now it's all gone. You guys are making me drink. I feel like that mom in the movie. What was that
Did
movie?
we need to take a pause? Like intermission?
What was that movie? Oh, When a Man Loves a Woman. I'm the mom in that. I'm the drunk. Nice going. Am I thinking of the right movie?
what are you talking about? All right.
I love some cheesy movie from the 80s. Anyways.
Well, no, and I was just thinking, back to the cards.
So anyway, back to the cards. I had a point, and you guys were just like kicking me around. Like I'm like, hey, here comes Charlie Brown.
Can you move forward now?
I'm trying, and I just don't. I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, no, this is what I'm.
I was thinking you were lying us with the blanket.
Do a reading.
Okay,
Do a reading.
this is what I was gonna say. So for those of you out there that do want to take up tarot or want to say, just go with your gut, or do it yourself. Like who cares? Just do it. It's fun. And if you put it up on like a shelf for display, you can tell people, and they're like, "Oh, what is that?" You're like, "Those are my tarot cards." So I know if you're gonna die tomorrow or not. And then you just leave it at that.
So weird that you say that.
Oh.
So how many? I'm just gonna do my little 2 cents here.
Okay, go ahead.
So I am very skeptical about people predicting the future.
Mhm.
My thing is that I don't like doing that myself. I like to give guidance. I like to say, this is your choice, because ultimately it's that person's choice on what they're going to do. They can listen to the cards and follow, but I'm not going to tell you, Decon, you got to wear some different shirts next week and you're going to buy a new one. It's going to say, Messy Jessie is awesome.
Yes.
You know what that's called? That's called propaganda. I shouldn't have to do the show in fear.
I'm not, I mean, I wouldn't do that. Like, it is up to you as an individual to follow those cards. And I don't like it when people predict future. It's not okay. And that's just my opinion. Because
What the hell's that sound?
somebody's going to be like, I have no idea.
Sounds like
What is it?
What sound?
It's going.
drumming.
It's. Oh,
Are you playing?
it's
What
gone.
are you doing?
It's gone. The sound is gone.
That was weird. Anyways.
Oh, it's
Oh,
back.
there it is.
Nope,
I didn't
we're
hear
good.
anything. I don't hear anything.
Maybe I should stop playing
It's
this.
not me.
Maybe I should stop playing this drum.
Maybe that's what you need to do. You're like playing sacred
Play
drums.
the drum.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're being destructive.
I thought somebody was tapping on my window out there, and I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna get it.
Oh, I thought somebody.
Maybe it's
I don't
maybe
hear
it's a
anything.
spirit being angry with me because I don't predict the future. I don't know.
Maybe it was somebody tapping
Yeah.
on my damn self-esteem.
Oh. But I'm not going to tell you you're going to win the lottery next week, and then you don't, because you'll come back at me and say you lied to me, and that takes your credibility down to not very credible, right?
Didn't somebody get deleted because they thought that she put a curse on a guy, and she read tarot, and this dude just had a stream of bad luck, and he was like, oh, it's her.
Whoa.
And he went and hunted her down.
Oh.
That is crazy to me.
That reminds me of so in Santeria you have a bembe, for those of you guys that are familiar with like Santeria, and I think a bembe is like a spirit that like protects you against other curses, and the only way for you to override a bembe is by getting a stronger one. And there was this guy named Miguel Jose Battle. He was like a huge, like, in the Santeria, and he was also like a drug runner, and he ran the bolita spots down in the 1960s and 70s in New Jersey and New York. And this guy would pay millions of dollars to Santeria women so that they can not only protect them, and also so that they can like basically like tell them what moves to make, and all that kind of stuff. So,
oh yeah, I heard about this guy.
Yeah, let's get about. There's a great book out there by T.J. English. It's called The Corporation. It's a great book. He has another one also called Havana Nocturne, and and all that good stuff. Anyways, I forgot the fucking point. Oh, anyways, so these people believe so strongly in Santeria that they would spend so much money to get their cards read, and if these people were not getting the message that they wanted, they would just pay somebody else, and then this person would be like, "Don't worry, I have a strong spirit here to help you." So, and what was crazy was that if the prediction didn't come true, these people were not like, this person's a fraud. What they would say is, this person was deceived by a spirit. I better pay another one that has a much stronger spirit to help me predict. So what I'm trying to say is, again, with tarot and mysticism and all that kind of stuff, I just get so like enamored with that type of culture because we lost in a lot of places. And the only places where you're able to find things like mysticism is like in these small, like dark corners where people have to whisper, because if they don't whisper, because they're afraid, to be ridiculed or or other things,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
So
even today.
Yeah, it's like today. Yeah, exactly. Like today, if you go to places like New Orleans, it's more open. But how many people go there just laugh a little bit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you do go and actually get a reading, like in New Orleans, and then you come in New Orleans. Sorry, guys.
Nolans.
So if you guys come back, you're not telling everybody, you're not going to tell everybody, I just got this reading. That person said that my shirt looks awesome. You're not because a lot of people are like, they might. So I'm going to tell this person and this person, because we're so ashamed of it, as if it wasn't a main part of our culture, that we just lost because, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you've got to think too, the media and the film industry has also kind of like put a lot of different taboos. So people walk in, and think that Marie Laveau down in New Orleans is actually going to read for me and tell me that I'm her long lost cousin and I'm powerful and blah. I don't believe in that. If you're going to be a light worker or a spiritual healer, do it right. Don't tell people what they're going to do and not do and who they are and they're not. That's one thing that irritates me.
Yeah, the politics and all that kind of stuff too. That should be another episode of Mary Laveau and her politics, and how she ran that whole thing. And
that could be at least 2 episodes.
Yeah, you had half the people that loved her and the other half fucking hated her because she was a horrible. Anyways, but but that's another episode. Stay tuned, guys. soon. So stay tuned. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm very enamored because I romanticize it a lot when I look at it. I'm like, man, that is just so awesome. And then now everything's just so dull and it just sucks. Makes me want to go back to El Salvador because it's so strong over there still. At least go for a month. You know what I mean? And just go and go get absorbed in that culture again. Then come back and then make fun of them like I do, like every single time. No, but there's seriously. I mean, there's card readers in certain places, but what's more common over there that I notice is they read the chicken bones. Like that's more common than the cards. So I still don't understand it, but whatever. What do I?
But I believe that voodoo and hoodoo, they used a lot of the animals and the chicken bones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. I have a very good friend who practices voodoo, and she lives in New Orleans. And she's taught me a lot of things. Yeah.
I want to practice voodoo. Do that.
I don't know.
And then just try to see if I can make a Chucky doll.
Oh. Oh, man.
It's me, Charles.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'd hate if we all just created voodoo dolls out of each one of us.
Yeah.
So whoever ticks each other off, be like...
Just have them. And then I realized, I go to you guys.
SOS would be like the mother of the voodoo dolls.
No, leave me out of it. I've got enough on my plate right now. So.
What if I
thank you.
What if I go to your guys' house?
Don't need any more.
And then I realize that you guys all have voodoo dolls, just me. And I'm like, I thought we were doing the whole team. Like, it's just me wearing a stupid fucking shirt.
You're the one giving us the idea.
You found another case, right? Didn't you?
Me?
Ooh.
Well, Dirty Birdie.
I did. I found a case of Christopher Wade.
Oh, yeah.
Waide. And the tarot cards didn't actually solve the murder. The cards actually told him to confess to the murder.
Oh.
So this.
So do you really believe it was the cards?
Yeah, he wholeheartedly thought it was the cards. So he was obsessed with tarot cards. And on June 3rd, 2014, he unalived his girlfriend, Leah Porter. Strangled her to death, put her in a duffel bag, and threw her in a dumpster behind his apartment building.
Nice guy.
Yeah, that's lame.
Bag of trash.
So this girl is like 98 pounds soaking wet. He could have easily fought her off, but he didn't. He
hurled her on the roof or something.
He killed her and put her in a bag and threw her in a dumpster.
Damn.
And
can you imagine?
So apparently, after he cleaned up the crime scene, because he was a student and he was taking a course in criminal law or whatever it was.
Criminology?
Yeah.
Studying criminology like he's Batman.
Like he just so happened to be taking this course and he's like, oopsie, time to clean up. So that's what he did. Apparently, he sat down and he did a reading and the cards are like, you need to confess right now. Right now. So he held off for a while, but her brother came over looking for her to see what happened. He's losing it, and he's like, I did it, I killed her. So he punches him in the face, and while he's bleeding out everywhere, he dials 911 and gets the operator and says, you tell her right now. And he did. He was like, I killed her. Come get me.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine that awkward first date when they're sitting there and if somebody would have had tarot cards with them to be like, you're going to end up in the garbage. Oh, so dark.
Or here's the favorite one. Yeah. Here's the favorite one. They pull the death card.
Oh. He's like, oh, this means new beginnings. It's like, no.
Right? It really does.
Yes, it doesn't even mean what people think it does. It means new beginnings.
Correct.
New beginning.
Oh, man.
It's such a cool.
It means the end of something, a new beginning of others.
Yes.
I glanced at a death card. I'm like, new beginning. I almost got hit by a bus. So I was looking at the.
Yeah.
That was your new beginning.
Yeah, that was
like,
it right there. And you missed it.
When one door opens, it closes, and another one opens.
Yeah.
Right?
You had your chance to come back as a bird.
Come back. I'm back as a guy with a different damn shirt.
Snipers, if you guys remember that one, it was like the year after 9/11.
Yeah.
I think it was in Washington, D.C., and it was like a month-long spree. And these two guys were going around unaliving people, unfortunately. Well, they left the death card at one of the crime scenes, and I think it said they left a couple of others at a few different ones. I couldn't find any information, though. But, well, what did that death card say? It said at the top, I am God.
Yep.
And on the back, it said something else. I'll have to grab my laptop.
So
But,
this was
they
in was
didn't
this in
even
Baltimore?
know what it meant.
I think it was in Washington, wasn't it?
Was this
It was
Washington
in
or
Washington.
Baltimore and Washington? Yeah.
Well, let me get my laptop.
Yeah,
I
it's
left my house because I could hear my child crying.
yeah.
Oh.
It was the Beltway murders.
Yes.
So it
Beltway.
was.
Yeah.
Beltway sniper. Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Year was
Beltway
it?
sniper. Yeah.
2001,
where?
2001, 2002. I remember I saw they were
Yeah.
talking about it in the news once. Anyways, so yeah, and that whole thing was crazy. You know what's insane is I'm gonna go on a different tangent now. What's crazy is that a lot of people see now you're doing that thing.
I'm listening. I'm all
listening. I swear.
See, now I don't even. What? How can we have a team if we don't even have trust?
So what were you saying, Decon?
Trust you.
What I was saying. Yeah.
Hey, I found that tarot card.
See, I don't. Okay, so what's crazy is how violence in a society, how everybody thinks that if you're a guy that's always prepared, or you're like, I'm taking self-defense, or I'm doing all these kind of things, people look at you like you're crazy, and it's like, what are the odds, bro? But around that time, I remember in the morning there was tips on the news on how you should, put gasoline in your car so you don't get shot, and the whole city was panicking. Even the news reporters were ducking as they were, putting gasoline in the car. So it's crazy how, something so, I'm not saying small because that's not small, but one small thing of violence, and all of a sudden there was a guy out there that was teaching ninja classes and how to dodge sniper. That guy probably made a lot of money that month. And then
Oh, I bet he did.
and then after that, once everybody forgets, and then it goes back to like, what are you doing, bro? Is there gonna be just random violence everywhere? But
So was the Beltway sniper? Was that the guy that was in like the trunk of a car?
you stepped on my joke. I was coming up.
What?
I do believe so. Yeah. He hid in the trunk of his car with the rifle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't his son involved with it?
A what?
Yes.
Wasn't his
It
son
was a
involved?
father and son.
The father and son thing. Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Was it his son, or was it like a younger guy he was mentoring?
I'm pretty sure it was his son.
I thought it was
None
his
of
son.
my pages are coming up, of course. I saved all these pages and none of them will load. Why would they?
Well,
Okay. Oh, maybe it wasn't his son. John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo? Malvo? Malvo?
Although
10 people. And it was in Washington, D.C. And then I don't know, let me see if I can aim my camera just right. Can you see it? Maybe not.
Ash, your phone is all over the place. We can't keep track of you, man.
Sorry.
you know what? I wish I pulled the death card right now.
Well, it says on there, call me God, don't release to the press.
Exactly it is.
Is what
Only
they
God
put
and
on the
don't
card.
release it to the press?
Yeah. Don't, let's see. There's the front of the card. And then the
It sounds
back.
familiar.
I don't see a card.
Like Son of Samish.
Yeah, that's another thing that we need to do. We need to discuss that on the Misinformation Station with Decon and Birdie. We got
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
on Patreon only, guys. I should ridicule people that don't have Patreon. Like all of you, like yeah, enjoy your free show. You bunch of peasants coming.
Peasants.
Peasants.
Speaking of Patreon, so Messy Jesse and I are still doing our road trips, and then we are delving into some really nasty murders.
Tacos.
So we just
Taco murders.
did a murder case.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're gnarly. So there's things being loaded up on Patreon all the time. You guys need to check it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had mentioned gypsies earlier in the show by getting what is that? Hell is that sound?
I don't know. I don't know
The
what's going on.
internet's angry at you, Decon.
Probably.
All right, where's my tin?
That's what happens when you're in the toilet.
Yeah, well, this is not a this is a room, not a bathroom.
Well, I mean, okay.
What the hell is this? You know what? Next week I won't be on. I need to preserve my self-esteem. I was gonna
Don't
say,
cry.
anyways, don't cry, there, little boy. So,
Children.
you know what? Forget it. No, what I was gonna say is what's interesting. You mentioned gypsies earlier. I'm gonna ignore that you said children. You know, gypsies. A lot of them, the way that they would remember that gypsies in Europe, even to this day, they can't hold property. They're not allowed to. So for those of you people out there that think you're disenfranchised, like by being a gypsy, anyways, so they would hold these gypsy camps. Where, how do they find these camps? They did tarot to find out where they were going. And they relied so heavily on these things where if gypsies were found by, I think, what was it? If there's a caravan of more than 4 or 5, they can legally not just arrest you, but they could put a severe beating on you and then arrest you. So could you imagine? Yeah. Can you? There's a great book out there called Bare Knuckle King, and it's the story of the Gypsy King, Bart. Anyways, so the point is, so these people had like an elderly woman. Each of one of the groups had an elderly woman who was the card reader, and they would basically come up to her and they would ask her things like, "Hey, which direction should we go? Should we stay here? Should we travel?" And then she would read the card. And basically, that's how they traveled, and also that's how they got food too. A lot of them are not allowed to hold jobs, so they did tarot readings for people. What the hell? That sound is killing me. They did tarot readings for people. They would repair pots and pans, like even that's something like who the hell? But that's what they would do, and they would do. And then there was people out there that would go. This is what's crazy is there was a scandal in 1995 or 6 where this diehard police chief was going after the gypsy, groups. And they're like, these people are scum, they're human garbage, we need to go after them. And then they found this police chief, there was a race, like there was like an election, and this guy was going to this gypsy lady, and he's like, am I gonna win? But he was good. And then that's how he built his career in law enforcement, was by actually going step by step to what this gypsy lady, was telling him. And then they're like, has he been coming to you this month? And she's like, he's been coming to me for 20 years. So that's what's crazy is this guy, as much as he wanted to outlaw, certain gypsies, not the ones that were helping him, but certain gypsies, this guy had such a belief in it that he said, if you guys take away my seer, not only am I going to quit, but I'm going to flee the state, and flee the country. So this is how strongly this guy believed in this kind of stuff. So again, I just go back to the like, man, how cool would it be if we had a scandal like that here. Somebody going to gypsies to like find out what he should do, you know. Maybe I should start that. Maybe I'll end up in a scandal. Should I sell drugs to the elementary school?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Probably not.
A lot of people give Nancy Reagan a whole lot of shit because she used an astrologist all the time to try to keep Donald safe and to guide them. They gave her a lot of crap, but she never wavered in her belief of that. And she was, you know, a lot of people think that you can't be like highly religious or belief in God because she had both. She believed in astrology and she had someone that would help guide her, but she was also a very Christian woman. So,
and
it was.
Did we talk about this last week? How
last week a little bit. Just we touched on a little bit, but there's a lot of people in history that have used, you know, tarot and seers of all kinds. So it's not, you know.
What's crazy is historically
things I believe in because unless somebody's paying my bills and my mortgage, it doesn't matter what they think. You know what I mean?
Did we forget that Abraham Lincoln's wife told us? She said, "Don't go to the theater."
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean,
wear a taller hat that hides your head more. You know. I don't know. But yeah, she told him. She's like, "Don't go." You know. And then there was like, what was the name of his assistant? He had like a guy that was always with him, and. But
that's why wasn't it the assassination of Kennedy, because Kennedy's assistant was named Lincoln and Lincoln's assistant was named Kennedy.
Yep,
I think so.
There's all of those weird parallels.
This is back to that episode that we did on the time killer. Anyways, so he pulled him aside and she said, "Don't let him go to the theater." So this guy had like a conversation with him, like, "Oh, you shouldn't go to the theater." He's like, "Why? Who told you?" "Well, your wife said." And he went anyways, and then there we go. But can you?
Who listens to their wife?
Who listens to their stupid?
I mean, really.
I mean,
I told you so.
I thought this is a really interesting topic, and I know that we could dive more into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can just go.
Yeah,
but we're gonna have. Should we revisit it?
Yeah, I think so.
And
SOS. Soon.
SOS, were you about to promote the Patreon again?
I am. Nightmare Roadshow on Patreon. We have all kinds of stuff on Patreon, and we upload every week. Yeah. It's content you can't find on YouTube, but we understand if you can't join, we have a flat fee. It's $5 a month, and you get all the content stuff that you're not going to find on YouTube. Some of the murder cases that we do discuss that we've been flagged on YouTube for, we can go in depth on in Patreon. And the one that we did this week that will be released Saturday is a doozy. Yeah. Jess and I were both going, "Oh my God." I mean, it was just like, holy hell. So it's a doozy. We can describe the case as the facts lay out instead of dancing around words on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Well, just wait until this next week because we are going to dive deep into another.
We've got so many.
Make sure you don't eat before.
Yeah,
we've got so many lined up to do. So
it's all done.
Unfortunately, people keep killing each other in remarkably ugly ways. So we have a lot of content.
I mean, that's what we're here to report. We're here to report the truth.
Exactly.
So what I was gonna say is, $5 a month. Come on, guys, $5 a month. Like, you don't get that Starbucks coffee that you were gonna use to throw it at that person who opposes your views politically. Instead, spend it on something positive like Patreon and murder. And on Patreon and murder and something. And you guys can also check out the merch site. So for Nightmare Road, there's a lot of shitty art out there. I think the guy that does it, I think he's blind.
Or he wears bad
t-shirts. I really enjoy the art. It's really cool.
I was just gonna say, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
So check it out. Get yourself a shirt. Get yourself a pillow. Get your, if you guys
like a sticker.
Get a sticker. Put a sticker on a sticker. Put a sticker on your neighbor's window. You know, just
Put a sticker on your drink holder.
yeah, exactly.
That's
On your
right.
drink, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. On your drink holder, you bunch of alcohol. Yeah. So you also have mugs. Get an awesome mug. You know. You know, I was looking at some of the graphics that we have. So we have two sites for art. We have the older one, which is like my main stuff, and then we have stuff for Nightmare Road. And I was kind of checking out the stuff for Nightmare Road, and the way that those graphics actually fit on a mug is actually pretty cool. I was looking at that, I'm like, ooh, I want a mug. So
There you go.
yeah, get yourself a mug. You know, splash off.
Follow the show, subscribe,
Yep.
like it,
Yep, like
send us comments.
Yep.
We have an email. It's nightmareroadshow@gmail.com. If you have cases you want us to cover on Patreon, if
Yep.
you have topics you want us to cover here, shoot us an email.
if you hate us,
Well,
send us some hate mail.
Yeah, no, I don't send us hate mail. I can have that. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, so
So
like and subscribe, share the show. If you know somebody that they're just telling you every day, like, look, man, I'm at the end of my rope, I'm on the edge, and you want to push them over, show them the show.
oh god.
If somebody's
Just
having
do
a bad day, show them the show and
Show
make
them
it
the
worse.
show. Yeah, exactly. Be a man.
Oh.
Having a bad day,
Do it.
you having a good day,
Do it.
ruin it. Be a man. So yeah, ruin it. Having a bad day, make it worse. So I was thinking of what kind of commercials we should do for the Patreon. I was gonna go back to the whole
my
like,
God.
let me tell you something, brother. Hulk Hogan here. If you're from the Patreon.
There you go.
Or but anyways,
You're
the
gonna
point
scare people.
they'll be like, oh, Hulk Hogan's yelling at me. I was anyway. So the point is, check out the show, share it, subscribe, look at the Patreon. It's gonna be worth it. You guys will not be disappointed. Get yourself some art. That grandmother that hates you, get her a pillow with my face on it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Or also, we now have the new team picture. So if you
Yes.
guys, get a poster. That was good.
Get a
So
poster.
get a new team poster. Get a mug. It's got all of our faces on it. That Birdie looks so cool in that. I'm actually jealous.
Right?
Yeah, you look so great. I was
Thanks,
like,
Phil.
I look stupid. I'm gonna buy a mug.
My nose looks like bigger than Texas.
Oh my god.
No, it doesn't. Don't be ridiculous. You know how big Texas is. Anyways,
No.
I'm gonna
All right.
buy a mug. Don't cut it yet. I was gonna say I'm gonna buy a mug and then I'm gonna scratch my eyes out because I hate myself. Anyways, all right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. So let's come back next week. We'll have something really cool for you guys. So, anyways, remember, guys.
What was that?
Remember, guys.
We're done.
Remember,
I mean, we're done.
yeah.
It's fine.
Remember,
I
guys.
gotta do the outro, and then you guys are just like
Okay.
kicking me around.
Okay.
Remember, guys, to always bye.
Look both ways before you cross Nightmare Road.